saved him from Ravenna. Under accusation, darker than the cell that held him, a scholar chained like a traitor, left to measure the hours by the footsteps of guards and the echo of his own heartbeat. The walls pressed in, lit by a thin slice of indifferent light, and in that silence he heard terror speaking the language of certainty. This is the end, it said, this is how wisdom died.
But wisdom did not die, she visited him in the dark.
The lady stood beside him, towering severe, a presence older than Rome, older than the grief that strangled him. She tore the tears from his eyes and commanded him to rise. Fortune never promised you mercy. Why mourn what was never yours? Terror bowed its head, acceptance learned to breathe.
He remembered the Senate halls, the books he had written, the sons he taught to think beyond themselves.
Now all of it trembled like a mosaic losing its last pieces. Philosophy spoke again, her voice a cold melody. No man can be robbed of himself. You were deceived by the glitter of borrowed blessings, and the prisoner understood his chains were heavier in his mind than on his wrist.
Night settled in the cell, the executioners sharpened their tools.
He felt the blade of fear press against the back of his soul.
But she would not allow him to spare.
Death cannot touch what reason holds.
If you believe the world was yours,
You misunderstood the world. He exhaled the last of his trembling and saw clearly for the first time that fortune had never been faithful.
the lady stood beside him.
Unmoved by the turning sky,
Look beyond the broken hour, she said.
and behold the eternal. He bowed his head not to fate, but to truth. The prisoner was already free before the sword ever fell.
The cell darkened,
The world turned
and Boethius walked into death.
with unshaken
But
mind.
wisdom did not die, she visited him in the dark.
The lady stood beside him, towering severe, a presence older than Rome, older than the grief that strangled him. She tore the tears from his eyes and commanded him to rise.
Fortune never promised you mercy.
Why mourn what was never yours? Terror bowed its head, acceptance learned to breathe.
He remembered the Senate halls, the books he had written, the sons he taught to think beyond themselves. Now all of it trembled like a mosaic losing its last pieces. Philosophy spoke again, her voice a cold melody. No man can be robbed of himself. You were deceived by
The glitter of borrowed blessings,
and the prisoner understood.
his chains were heavier in his mind.